me Brooke here from Saddlebrooke Stables, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing my Schleich barn tour for Christmas/winter of 2021. I'm super excited, so let's get on with the video. First, obviously, we're going to start on our sign, which is on our wash towel. It just says, "Welcome to Saddlebrooke Stables," and then we have our little kitten. I believe I named her Mindy after one of my old outdoor cats. There is just a broom here because people never put stuff away. In the wash towel, obviously it's winter. We don't really wash the horses because it's freezing. Like where I live, it's pretty cold right now, so it's freezing. We don't really wash them. So there's just a bunch of snow in there that most of it gets raked into there. So we do have some bows and we do have lights all around the barn. Here we have this year's exclusive Schleich Christmas reindeer. He's super cute. I named him Comet. We just have Sally here, just handling him because he's a little feisty sometimes, but he's really sweet. Over here, we have a privately owned horses do not pet or feed because there's our border barn, but we'll go in there later. Here we have a Warrior, my 1997 rearing Morgan gelding. He's super pretty. He still needs a new blanket, like some of my newer style blankets, because I make a new style now. He does have some feed and his little like water thing. Then we have a miniature Warrior made by Sugar Rose Studios. He has his little neck rope. And then here is like a shrinky dink I made. I have it on most of the border horses, and his, to indicate this is his spot. There's a little snowman and a little Merry Christmas sign, a tiny little barn here, and obviously a little ice pond, which is just like a mirror. And then we have our little like goose or something trying to drink from it. And then we have our actual working light pole. Now obviously right now, because of other barns, I have a snow sheet. I normally have a grass. The coolest thing is on these we have just decorations everywhere, trees everywhere, so I won't point them all out, but I do love this little Merry Christmas sign I have up. So next, let's go in the barn, and I do have separate lights inside the barn, so I'll turn those on when we go in. So if we go inside the barn, we do have separate bright lights just to brighten it up. So I'm just going to kind of start with the middle. There's tack everywhere up outside everyone's stalls for like stuff, and I do have these chain cross ties. There's garlands in between the stalls, which is super cute. Over here we have Greendale, my retired 2013 Fjord Stallion. I absolutely love this guy, and this is kind of my new style blanket I've been talking about. I really like it, so I've been making a lot of those recently. Over here we have Spike, my 2014 retired Frisian Stallion, and then there's his owner Megan, which Megan's owned both of these horses, and she's just mucking out, and there's a little light, and he has a salt lick, but he has a hay net. Each horse in this barn has, you can't really see it, but they have a shrink eating, and then they have an info card sheet, and then some of them have certain ribbons, which is really cool. Over here we have Sundance. He's the retired 2007 Tennessee Walker Stallion, one of my favorite Schleichs. And then we have May over here, just kind of getting stuff ready for him. Then over here we have Johnny. He is a repaint I did as the real horse Johnny that I ride at my barn. I absolutely love this guy. And then we have Brooke, which is aka me, and she's just putting on his halter because they're gonna go out for a little Christmas ride. That's kind of it for the main barn. There's obviously snow, but let's go to the rest. If we come this way, we have our outdoor arena, which I made with my parents. There is sand in it. But first, here we have Abigail riding Spotty, the Shetland mare. She's really cute. Then over here, we have Addison tacking up her horse. I believe I named her Dixie, but I might be wrong, and she's their retired Trackner mare. And here we have a little Christmas jumping lesson going on. First over here, we have Grace getting on Bridget, the new Collecta Shinkatig mare. And then we have Brian just making sure, because she likes to be very fussy, and he is our little trainer. Back here, you can see Spike looking through. Here we have Sky riding Finn, my Welsh pony stallion. Over here we have Kaya riding my she's the exclusive Arabian from the older advent calendar, and they have a Christmas set. And if you guys want to figure out how to make this set, I did make a video on it, so cool. Then back here we have Sarah, and she is riding Moondance, my retired Frisian mare, and these jumps I didn't make, so I really like that. So yeah, over here, before I forget, there's a little grooming box, a little miniature Mini Winnie stall made by Briar STS Emporium on Etsy. And then we have Lola, my little dog. We have the big, huge Christmas tree you can't miss. And then there's just a bunch of presents. A lot of these are from like the ones I bought. And then some of these I've actually made, which is really cool. So that's kind of it for the top of the barn. Let's go to the bottom. Here is the bottom of the barn, just right under my table. And I do have a separate part of the barn I'll show you in the end. And there are fairy lights and little lights down here to make it brighter. But let's start with my feed and tack room, which is kind of a cool thing. It's like this really skinny space because it's where the standard is. And there's like a little part here. And then where the table continues up to my little cabinet thing. So I kind of had to work with what I wanted to because I didn't want it big and bulky. It holds so much stuff for that it really doesn't take up any space. So outside we have our little camel four-wheeler, some jumps, and then these little cute trees. I love these trees. Now I'm going to go really full into detail on the tack and feed room because I've spent so much time on it. This little floor is just scrapbook paper, so that's really cool. We have this random hook here. It's not realistic, but some of my lead ropes just stay here because it just makes it so much easier. So in our tack and feed room, we have our little cat with our little food for our cats and dogs. We have a bone, a pitchfork, some hooks. There's just a little calendar, an old third place prize, a little mounting block with a hoof pick, some buckets under there, some dog treats, a scoop, a feed chart. The main food, I really like this. I've spent so much time on it. Here, let me move. This is Rachel getting some food. But, like, look at this, guys. So this is my little feed thing I made. We have a Mr. Cheese, our little rat with buckets, supplements, horse treats, berries, and a little horse picture. We have some trophy, a plant, more trophies, a little Morgan, horse of a Morgan, some supplements, grooming stuff, grooming and washing stuff, our main pole storage with these little poles I painted. Over here we have Sam, and he's just grabbing some poles. He's standing on our main dog food. There's a picture. We have saddles and bridles on the back. You can't really see, but there's a little like step stool and our little cat sitting there and just a bunch of other stuff. There's some dog food, some saddles over here. So we have some saddles, which are really cool. And then we have these little supplements. So these are more feeding. These are mainly supplements, and then main grain feeds, and a bucket, and a little scooper, and a grooming box. Yeah, that's my tack room. I absolutely love it it doesn't really take up any extra space. So I really love this tack room. After that, which probably took forever, we are going to move over here. Here we have a little pen. Right now it's kind of empty because this is one of the horses that is being ridden, their pen, so it's kind of empty right now. We have Julio Van Svit, our little goat, and then we have Axel, our like the old vet dude, and he's just petting Dash while he's waiting for his next horse because it's the day that he comes for checkups. There's obviously water and food for all of these yet, and this is Bridget's pasture, I believe. So here we have the main stallions and geldings fields. So they have lots of decorations. Here we have Jingle Bells, and you probably don't recognize this horse because he's like a horse from Hobby Lobby. Like, I don't know what he's made out of. Something that's like easily breakable. There's a halter outside. Then we have, of course, Dash, you guys already saw. He's the retired Dartmoor. He's super cute. And then we have Spirit, the retired Lusitano stallion, Lusitano. And he's like really beat up because I found him at the thrift store for $4. So I'm absolutely glad I got him. That's why he's really beat up. There's a water trough back there. Of course, trees everywhere and snow. Then we have Domino, one of my favorite models. He is the 2002 Appaloosa gelding, and he has his little blankie on. There's some hay for the boys. And then we have a little Merry Christmas sign. This little wagon where she's trying to sneak a present. I forget her name, but she's trying to sneak a present. Bad person. Bad little child. We have these two dogs. This is Sadie, and then I forget what this one's name was. We have the little yard with treats, and then here we obviously have Mia giving her spoiled a little Shetland bear a carrot because that little wag can't get enough treats, and he's the Collecta Shetland. There's obviously a tree. Then we have a Honey, the halfling mare. She's just super calm and she's eating. And her little pen. And then back here we have the two other stalls. Here we have Royal, the retired Hanoverian stallion, and then his owner, Sophie, is just in there chilling with him. And then over here we have Marmalade. She is the Collecta Appaloosa pony. She's really nice. She's really cool. So they have little bows and garland on their stalls. Over here we have the little pony pasture where we have the retired Bella. Her name's Pixie. We have Pumpkin and Cream, and they're just chilling, the little crazy mischievous ponies they are. We have attack boxes with some stuff. Here is Tina just getting her bridle. We have a tack set and a pitchfork. Over this other bar, so the end of the table, these are mainly our other animals, but they're not overlooked. I love this little section I made for them. Here we have a fancy water trough. We have the hay on this little wooden pellet, so it stays off the ground and it stays nice and clean because you don't want your hay to be soaking wet. Here we have our pigs and little baby lambs. This is Teeny and that's Tiny. We have Thug here. That's Baby and that's Penelope. Then back here we have our bunnies, and they're all like cooped up in their little bunny hutch because they're freezing. And then over there we have Hannah. She's just making sure their water isn't frozen to replace it. Then we have our chickens and roosters, and they're all kind of in there. Yeah, there's the little rooster, Rudy. I forget all the other ones' names. So then we have our little cow pen. I don't think any of these got names. That's so sad. If I do, I forgot. But they have a little like area to keep them warm and a little area out here with their food. So I really like that. We cannot forget this part of the barn because I always seem to forget it, and then I realized, oh yeah, when I'm filming Saddlebrooke Stables, that I always forget about this barn. Over here we have Cayenne wearing his little blanket, and he's just chilling in his stall. There's some food and a random little halter. Really cute. And there's a little tree over there. Here we have Vegas, who all of you guys probably know from Saddlebrooke Stables. She's the Collecta Mustang, and she's in there, and she does have some hay. Her stall is obviously shut because she's crazy. There is a fly mask here, which she doesn't wear them. She doesn't know, and it's winter. Why is that there? And here we have Kelly, who's just with Pinky here, getting her ready to do some training probably. And then there's just a halter and lead rope. And if you guys didn't know, I made this barn all by myself. And the shavings are actual like real wood shavings I did with my dad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was super long. Barn tours always take forever because I love to go into detail. But other than that, I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys!